All right. Welcome to another OMSI 2 stream. Dan, Nilvinus, ASR, anyone else that's currently tuned in, you are very, very welcome to this channel, to the stream. We are going to get cracking. I've got my coffee, I've got my water, got everything I need. Just setting up my wheel cam. And low key, I need to redo the audio so that you can actually hear the game and hear what's going on. You need to pay attention. Why? Why do you need to pay attention? Really? What specifically are you struggling with? Let's see if there's anything I can do to help you right now. You know what? I might leave this big camera, but it doesn't capture like the whole wheel. You know? You know what? Let me try it. Let me try it for today. Hello, Simon. How you doing, mate? I can fly an A320, but I can't start a line every single time. I mean, okay. You know what? Hold on. Let me sort my audio first. Voice meter. Okay. So, just to kind of help you out a little bit, I'm going to launch the regular version of OMSI. And I'm just going to load in to the base map, Spandau, Berlin Spandau. Because the honest truth is, I've been playing with the Bus Company Sim DLC for some months. And I genuinely can't even recall the last time I properly played single player. So I don't want to sort of say or advise you out of my memory, whereby that same memory is a little bit foggy. That's good to hear, Simon. I'm doing well, thank you, mate. So the first thing you need to do, Dan, is know what buses you have for what maps, right? So then you're not overwhelmed with, oh my god, I got a million buses. What do I drive? So for Berlin Spandau, you're gonna have like the base mans, just the base man buses. I definitely started the game, right? I know it can take a while sometimes, but okay, we'll start eventually. Anyway, we'll get into it. There's a really good video I saw yesterday about Train Sim Draft Out. Yeah, that was posted in our Discord. I saw that it was 34 minutes long, and that immediately quenched any doubt I might have had about the truthfulness of the video, if I can say it like that. I'll load Thuringo World as well, Dan, specifically. So I'm gonna do a load map without buses. Or actually, no. Let me do the latest state. And let me just do the latest state of the map, which by default is gonna be the current date and time. And Yeah, cool. And I'm just gonna hit start. So Thuringo World, latest state of map, and I'm just gonna hit start. Let me actually change my thing to this guy, the default profile. Quite honest for an ambassador and quite depressing, really, confirming that these won't be fixed. He'd be in the know. Do you have checks on load the whole map? No, 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 Dan. Mate, unless you want to be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, don't check it. Don't check load the whole map. And not only will you be waiting for ages for the map to load, but then your performance will be subpar as well because you have the whole map loaded in the background. So don't do that. Don't do that. If you have it, uncheck it. Uncheck it. Bro, Dan, have you not heard how many like times I've referred people to our Discord for settings? In the settings that we have on our Discord, that's part of the first page, I think, and you'll see that it's unchecked. So I hope you have it unchecked. If not, so you only have yourself to blame. Simon, you know I get a little bit frustrated. Yeah, I get a little bit frustrated. Okay, okay. See when I say something like TSW6 is just going to be another TSW5, and TSW5 is just going to be TSW4. You know when I say stuff like that, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it because, ah, ha 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 ha, bad game. Like, bro, I'm talking out of from what history has shown us time and time and time again. Why would you expect bugs to be fixed, brother? Or anybody that has that particular expectation for why? Why would you expect it? Why would you expect that Dovetail would break their pattern that they've been following for 8 years now, or coming up to 8 years, just like that, out of the blue, just like that? You can see that the pattern they've been following over the past at least 3 years has just been a path of greed in terms of money, and not to say that the developers are behind that, but I see Dovetail as an entity. So whether it comes from higher up or not, I see Dovetail as a company, right? They have a way. You'd expect some bugs. Why? Because they said so. Maybe if they said so the first time ever, we could be a bit gullible. Maybe if they said it first, second, or third time, maybe we could give them a couple chances. But bro, they've said it how many times? How many times? And no worries, they'll fix things. Things that nobody has complained about. Go and check their last few big patch lists. And tell me what's relevant out of the things that they've fixed. What percentage of bugs have been relevant? Don't. I keep trying to, like, my main advice to you lot that play TSW is don't disappoint. Don't set yourselves up for disappointment. If you have, the minute you start expecting, and especially expecting it illogically, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be upset. Why do you do it to yourselves? No, it's not like they've never fixed any bugs. They have. They have. They have. But it's far and few between. If we're talking about Dovetail, right? TSG, JT, Rivet Games aside, if we're going to talk just about Dovetail, it's very, very, very far and few in between. Do you have problems with red lights not turning green on Thuringo World? Never. Never. EA is the worst. Copy paste the same game every year with a new higher price. Well, you basically pay for the team update. Ultimately, I think, Slim. You look at it that way. Yeah, engine-wise, not much is going to change no matter what they say. But you see it as you're paying to have the new roster. I wouldn't say you. I don't think you are over the moon, Simon. But the fact that you are disappointed means that you set yourself up you psyched yourself up enough, to be disappointed. Um, and the truth is, even as somebody who doesn't expect much from the game anyway, I am disappointed every time. You get like the Dovetail Direct was not really much different. Oh, my salt on coffee thing. I didn't expect much from the Dovetail Direct as it was, and yet it still disappointed me. So you can't avoid it completely, I don't think, because I think there always will be at least. Look, by the way, a pinch. This is all I'm going to put in my coffee. A literal pinch of salt. Don't even have anything to stir it with. Yeah, there's always gonna be disappointment. I guess all we can do is try to like minimize it as much as possible. Um, and the fact that an ambassador's talking, but I think that just comes down to the ambassador himself or herself, as opposed to, oh, the state of the game is so bad that now even the ambassadors are saying this stuff. No, the state of the game hasn't changed much. It's just that now an ambassador is saying, because what the ambassador has said, could you not have said that a year ago, on the cusp of TSW5? Could you not have said that 2 years ago, on the cusp of TSW4? There may have been slight variations over the time, over that time period, but it wouldn't have been huge. If we're gonna call a spade, it would not have been that much different. Of course, I'm always going to give props to someone who's going to come out and call things how they are and not be concerned of the potential consequences. I've always said that I've always said that if that's the main reason that I'm not an ambassador, I am very happy about that. And if I was ever approached by Dovetail, for example, and they would never do this, but hypothetically, if they came up to me and said, "Hey, if you were to turn down the criticism a little bit, we'd be more than happy to offer you a partnership," I would turn it down immediately. Simon, sorry, not Simon. Dan. So I've loaded in. Yeah. Let me even. Okay, so you know there's like behind my face, there's like that little menu. Yeah. Let me even delete my face for now, so that you can actually see everything properly. So that little menu on the bottom right. First things first. First things first. No, first things first. Get the 4 GB pack. She said you've got that already. No problem. Second thing second. Go and look at the settings in our Discord and make sure all of your settings here. So it's going to be this one, this page, this page, this page, this page, and this page. They're all going to be very, very particular. As a matter of fact, I'm going to double check my ones, because what can happen and what has happened is my settings and your settings also can just change. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. But they can just change. Nilvinus, I've just seen your response on the Discord. I'll check. I'll look at it in detail afterwards. Pins. Cool. So this is how it should be. This is how it should be. Driver's head. So cool. So ticket selling easy. Maintenance condition infinite. Driver's head move checked. Smooth view transitions checked. And dynamic wheel speed checked. Everything else should be unchecked. It should only be these 3 ticks here. Easy, infinite, English. And then under advanced, the only things that should be checked here is visible driver and own bus. On the Discord, show error messages is checked as well. But in all honesty, it becomes a bit of an annoyance, because there will be quite a few errors if you've got a lot of maps, a lot of buses and stuff. But they won't really hinder your experience. So I leave it unchecked. So all I've got is visible driver and own bus. You don't need anything else. Everything else should be unticked. Graphics. Target frame rate should be 60. Sun glow effect on. Neighbor tile count 1. Max object visibility distance 622. This should be 1.2%. 5.9. Economy. This should be unchecked. Then this should be maxed out. And this should be maxed out. This should be unchecked. Then the advanced graphics. Unchecked for this one. and then 60 here, then 00000, and then for this one 0000, and then 60 on the second one. Over here 4000 megabytes or 4 gigabytes, hence the 4 gigabyte patch kind of go hand in hand, and 512 for the real-time reflections texture size. I can't even make it bigger. The main thing doesn't get bigger. It's only the white around it. That's strange. Anyway, and all of these on the bottom left should be checked as well. For sound, master volume is up to you. Completely up to you. Stereo effect, I've got it at 50. On the Discord it's 18. I would advise put it up to 50. Max sound count, I've got maxed out on the Discord is 600. That is for performance. I've got it completely maxed out so I can hear all of the sounds. When your sound is a little bit lower, you could, depending on what number it is, you could miss out on sounds. So just to make sure I hear everything, I've maxed it out. And the first two should be checked as well. Doppler effect and reverb are additional effects. They will enhance your experience. They're not perfect, I'm not gonna lie. It does sound a little bit strange sometimes going under a short bridge. The reverb goes a bit funky, but I've got it checked anyway. Doppler effects adds to the realism, but the bare minimum, obviously, first two. Yes, Dan. And AI traffic, the first one 251, then 120%, then 75%, then 200, then 110%. Then on the right side 104, and the box should be unchecked. That's it. That's for the settings. Then we get into the game. Now, Dan, on the bottom right box, for first and foremost, if you don't want let's say you spawn without a bus, yeah? We'll close that, we'll X that. So now we don't have a bus. We're over this station, we don't have a bus. So first things first, you want to choose your bus. So obviously the top left corner button, the bus with the star on it. Now I've got the preview off. Obviously, if you know the buses off by heart, you don't need to look at the picture. If you don't, then obviously you need to look at the picture. However, with the preview on, this box will take significantly longer to load. It will take significantly longer to look at all the buses that you have. So that's why I've got it off. I sort of know what I want already, but if you don't, obviously you have the preview that will display the bus for you. But for this particular example, manufacturer will be Thuringia Worlds. The type, you said you want it's going to be a Mercedes, right? So let's do the 0550 Euro 2. Then obviously you can choose your livery, and the depot should be Thuringia World 2005. The depot will determine what you're able to display via the IBIS system. See how long it takes to load even without a preview? Oh, that's beautiful. This is this. I've made it the same way. My coffee, by the way. Sorry, I don't have my camera. Here you go. My mug. I've made my coffee the same way I made it yesterday, when I was complaining about how bitter it was and disgusting, and the pinch of salt has done the job. What's DC, Rocky Chillers? Sorry, I haven't looked at chat at all, by the way, as I've been doing this little tutorial style thing. You almost thought of him as a DTG fanboy. I don't watch any of the ambassador content, so I know nothing about him. The fact that it seems to be the last straw and before release that is half expected to promote. Yeah, in that when you put it like that, Simon, then yeah, it does hold more weight than it otherwise would have. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You have settings prepared by Carter. Okay, Nilvinus, the main thing is that they work. As long as they work, bro, that's it. But the problem is when people use the default settings and it's a nightmare. Goodness me, this is taking a long time. Okay. I'm assuming the loading is just like a bug because I can still like change everything here. Anyway, choose whichever appearance you would want. I'm gonna choose OVR Rutzman. Depot Thuringo Worlds. Registration, you don't need to worry about any of that. I'm gonna press OK, and then it gives you at all the stations where you can spawn your bus. So preferably you'd know already kind of like what you'd have some familiarity, Jesus, with the route itself. If not, no problem at all. Let's say I've spawned for the first time on this map and I've got no idea what these names are, what's going on, whatever. Cool. So I'm just gonna choose the first one because I've got no idea what's going on. Hypothetically, yeah. Let's say this is my first time, so I'm just gonna choose the first one. I'm gonna press OK and let it load my bus. Oh, it's actually really good. Oh, Discord. I do Rocky Chillers. Rocky Chillers. If you go to my Twitch chat or my YouTube chat, either one, it doesn't matter, and you just type in the chat, you type in an exclamation mark, and then the word Discord, you'll be given the Discord link by a bot, and you can join from there. Right. So here's the OVR Rutzman liveried Mercedes-Benz bus that we've loaded. And I don't know where the hell I am, right? Because I've just spawned for the first time on this map. So to kind of figure out what I want to do, I'm going to click this on the left-hand side of this menu on the bottom right. I'm going to click the middle option, which is the timetable one. Click it, and I press line. You are not going to have this one. So you're going to have, for example, the first few. So let's say I do militaristic, for example. I do militaristic, and I see that it gives me one option, 170, and to you it's going to be a bunch of random numbers, right? No problem. Just click it. When you click it, it's going to give you a route. It's going to tell you the line number, which in this case is 731, the terminus, and then it's going to say your start point and end point. Now, if this sounds good to you, you look at the length of time, and you think, yeah, this is a decent run for me. No worries. Take note of the start. So this is Lichtent, which is short for Lichtentan, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And Freiheit stop, or Saint, whatever the ST is short for, B. Cancel. Delete the bus. Go back to spawning a new bus. Now that you figured out what you want to do. Choose your bus again. And now you want to look for that same spot. So it was Lichtentan and it was B, right? So I think that's going to be Zob 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. ZOB2. And you can see that it shows you the lines that spawned there. So you got a 731, 732, 735. So we know that we want to run a 731. So it checks out. So you want to press OK. So now you know you're going to spawn your bus at the first stop. So now you've removed the confusion of where you are, what's going on, what you're doing, all of that confusion. So now we're at the right place in the bus we want. So now we go back to the timetable button, and we want to go back. So militaristic, and it was this one, and it was this particular route. Starts at 1:32, finishes at 2:08, and it starts here. If I've got this right. So you want to press OK. It says that you want to displace the, because remember the AI buses are already running normally. So anytime you spawn a service, you have an option. You can either spawn as an additional bus, and there will be two buses, the AI bus and your bus, that are running the line, or you can remove the other bus completely. So if you want to run as an additional bus, you want to make sure this is ticked, driving as additional bus. If you want to run by yourself, you obviously want to leave it unticked, then you'll get a message saying that you're going to displace that bus and it's going to be withdrawn. So you press OK. So now that bus gets deleted. So now you're ready to run the route. Everything is in order. You're at the right start point. You're in the right bus that you want. You're about to start the journey that you want to do. So at this point, you've got two options. Hello, Corporate. I'm not recording a video. This is not the right place. No problem. That's a skill issue. I still get confused with the the names of this on this map. It's a lot simpler on something like Berlin Spandau, or for me, for example, London DLC. So now this is where you rely on either a manual, sort of your own knowledge, or a friend's knowledge, or for example in this case, the modders or the creation of your DLC to have done their job correctly, right? Because here you look up and we've got everything we need, right? First things first, you want to find your timetable, click it so that it displays it in front of you, and it shows you from first stop to last stop, all your stops and the times that you're due. No problem. So we know we're running with 731. So we look up, you got a bunch of different 731s, right? But which one specifically are we running? So we know we're starting at Liechtenstein, and it's we know we're starting at Freiheit, Liechtenstein Freiheit. So, and we also know we're terminating at Wurzbach Market. So we got the first one, Liechtenstein Freiheit, Wurzbach Market. Now it could be this one, but it could also be this one, Route 5, which is also Liechtenstein Freiheit, Wurzbach Market. Although this one goes via Kursdorf. So you have a look at your timetable. I don't see any Kursdorf here, so you know it's not going to be that one. Cool. Now you also got this one, Liechtenstein Freiheit via Wurzbach Market, that goes via Lichtenhanger. Don't watch my pronunciation. Now I believe we are not going through via there either. It's actually quite rare that I've gotten a service that runs through there. So we know it's not that one, which then leaves the first one. Or you've also got a route that travels via both Kursdorf and Jägersruhe. Obviously, we're not traveling through Kursdorf, so it's definitely not going to be this one. So it's just going to be the basic one. So we know that we're running 731 Route 01. So on this particular bus, the way you would input that into the system, number one, you start the electrics, give the bus power. I start the ignition as well. That beeping is usually because of low pressure. Give it some time. Give it some gas, and it should help fill up the reservoirs quickly and silence the noise. And to turn this on, it's this button over here. Now it's going to be different depending on the bus. Check, as Nabil says to me so often, and I don't listen. Check the manual. So on this bus, it's this button. There you go. On this particular IBIS, once you put your card in, it asks you for the code number, which is always going to be on here, 2105. You can see it on this thing here. Code number 2105. It's always going to be on every bus on this route. But on other DLC, could be different. So 2105. it's going to automatically enter it. It's going to show you the date and time, and to kind of confirm it, it's this button on the top left, the red one. So you want to press that. It's going to ask you for the taco, which is basically this number that's obscured here. So what you want to do, hit F2, cycle through the views until you get to one that is within view of the tachograph. Zoom in, and we got 270. I can't see the full number. I can only see what I can see, so I'm just going to input what I can see. 275462. Back to F1. 275462. And again, the enter to kind of continue on. We know that we're running line 731. And we know that doing route fast is basically route. That's 01. It will print out a little ticket for you. And it will automatically set your destination. So now that's ready to go. On these particular buses, you need to input the time thing. I forgot the proper name for it. So you click the little kind of like lock and drag. You hold and drag the speedo forward and just click that. Drag it back with your mouse. Click the little lock. And you're literally ready to go. Now you'll be wondering, where the hell do I go? What direction do I follow? Well, bottom left of the little menu and the bottom right is that arrow with the question mark. That will display your navigation. That will be floating arrows in the sky. Click it, voila. Floating arrows in the sky. But whoa, it's quite messy. No problem. You follow your one. So we're 731 going to Wurzbach. So you got 731 Wurzbach. So once we get to the station, I'm at the wrong one currently, but once we would get here, when we're leaving, we would turn left. Now you would see at the roundabout, it would then tell you to take this left and come this way. And you basically follow your given line. It would display everything. So you see 732 here, you see 735. So just follow your own one. Now on other maps, these arrows are usually yellow and don't have a border around them, the way these have the circle. And that's it. That's how you know where to go. Now, for extra information, on your keyboard, you press Shift, either Shift and Z or Shift and Y. For me, it's Shift and Y. And you can see on the top left, I'm getting some lines that look like code. These are all information related to what's going on. So the first set of information, your speed, date and time, the climate in the bus, and your next stop and your time. Then you press Shift and Y again, or Shift and Z, and it displays your fuel, your how many kilometers you've traveled, the compass, the height of the bus, the target, so where the bus is destined to go, and outside temperature. You press it again, gives you FPS and your throttle brake and clutch inputs. And it also tells you how much memory is being used and how many tiles are loaded on the map. So it's just extra information. And that's it. So yeah, that's literally it. Any questions? All right, my man. Good. Right. Now the stream starts. Now we'll start the stream. Hello, Gereno. Hello, Holy Trucker. Kopri, I said hello already, but hello again. And anyone else that I've missed in chat. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I was just... I didn't want to get distracted. I didn't want to get distracted while doing that. I just wanted to get that over and done with in one go. So I wasn't looking at chat. Cool. I don't know what we're running today. I'm feeling some Hohenkirchen with the man. The man that comes with the route. First of all, actually, I need to do some administrative stuff. Let me make sure that all the buses are in date. We had the bus in maintenance. Is that bus still in maintenance? It should have been done. I didn't take it out. Nilvinus, I assume you've taken that bus out of the garage. Thank you, my man. I do see TikTok chat as well, yeah. NX, oh my god. NXT Existent. What a cool name. That looks so cool written. The NXT together looks so cool. Hi. Right, company mode. So we've got 22k as a company at the moment. What, 12 employees? Please join OmniGo. I said I want to read this in private and then I forgot because I actually don't know. Okay, it's nothing like bad. Okay, cool. Read until 30th, until the 30th, to the 16th, to the 16th, 30th, 30th. October, that's October as well. 16th, 30th, October. This is rented until today. Now, Nilvinus and anyone else that currently drives this bus, I don't own this DLC. I need to turn on intro again. I don't drive this DLC. I don't have this DLC. I'll try and get my hands on it. You don't have this add-on as well? Okay. Okay. So hopefully, let me see who's driven it. So I think it's only Nabil that's driven this bus. I think Nabil's still co-owner with me. So I think Nabil should be able to re-rent this bus. But here's what I'm going to do. So you can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 buses for Thringerwald. Now, I don't think we need 5 buses for Thringerwald, right? So I think I'm going to, when the rent for some of these bus expires, they will be gone for good. But I will have a poll and just ask you guys, what are you driving? And let you guys vote. I'll see who's driving what. The buses that are not being driven, or the buses that are driven very, very, very little, I will not rent. And then I'll ask you guys, what buses do you want to see? If there are some buses that we don't have that you guys want to see that I can bring, we'll bring those in. Again, we have a limited budget. Yes, so help us out. Put in some hours. Help us get our money up so that it won't be a problem getting whatever maps you guys want and whatever buses you guys want as well. And I'm going to do the same with the maps as well. I'm going to do the same thing with the maps. The route arrows are a new thing to you, Kopri. Really? Well, I'm glad I've helped you out with that. Yeah, so if you have the bus company sim, you have the map on the bottom left, which is a million times better. So don't even sweat it. It's just for single player. Oh, you usually watch my streams on TikTok. What's your TikTok name, NXT, so that I know who you are. Me when Solaris. No, bro, no worries. Listen, you have my word. You have my word. I promise. Thank you for the follow, by the way, NXT. Sorry, I see some things really late. There was definitely a lot of positives streaming and gaming on the same PC, but there were also a lot of negatives. So it means that I miss some follows. I'll miss some things that I otherwise would have known ASAP previously. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's the current situation with the buses and the maps. You can see I spent, well, between me and the bill, we spent a whole lot of money in uh, renting buses and tax and yeah, um, a whole lot of stuff. Anywho, these are my personal finances. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run some home culture. Let me have a look at what we've got. I need to do the bonus. We need to do the bonus stuff first, anyway. So I'm gonna do that. So 6 EP is the highest. You know what? That is a. You know what? That's a. Oh, it's a day and night add-on. Oh, so it's not gonna be the. It's not gonna be the modern day. Ah, it's not gonna be the modern day stuff. Let me make sure I get this right. I'd love to. I'd love to drive the old. I don't remember the name of the buses that actually came with the original Hamburg day and night. Because I'd like to drive with them, to be honest. I'd like to drive with them. The bonus route gives you a bonus, I think a bonus pay and bonus XP. I know it's definitely bonus XP. I'm pretty sure you get a bit more money for it as well. Oh, is it hot one off? What was the bloody bus? You know what? I will look for it. I will look for it. I'm gonna look for it in the game when I load in. I've never used the second spec, so from what I've been told, it's more a gimmick than anything substantial. How do you have your Moser set up for OMSI in the Moser pit house? I'm using the ETS2 and ATS profile, for better or for worse. I have premium Novelis. I needed to get premium so I could rent buses. The fact that you can't rent buses without premium is diabolical. Not gonna lie, NXT, low key, yeah. I'll always say it. Listen. I don't have beef with YouTube. I ain't got beef with TikTok, but Twitch is the light side. ASR, I don't do any ticket inspector related stuff. It's saying the current map is Hamburg line 20, but it should be day and night. But usually, you don't touch anything on this screen. You just press start. Hmm. Rocky Chillers, what issues do you have? On most of the maps I go on at London Yorkshire Free, I'll do a route, and halfway into the route, it crashes. Have you got the 4 GB patch installed, Rocky Chillers? No, you're good, bro. You're good. Don't worry. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me tell you right now what to do. On my Discord server, go and find the channel called Bus Games. In that channel, in the pinned messages, you'll see a video that I uploaded a little while ago, which walks you through the 4 GB patch process. Go and watch that, and go and follow it exactly as I did it in the video. When you've done that, come back. No, it's on the Discord server. On my Discord server, in the Bus Games channel, there's a channel. We've got multiple channels, right? You'll see multiple channels that will have hashtags. Look for the one called Bus Games. In that channel, in the pinned messages, you'll see one of the pinned messages is a message by me. That's a video. That's a YouTube video. The thumbnail is like a blue screen. It's my blue background. Watch that video. All right, bro. Sounds good. Here we are. I don't know where Hauptbahnhof Zob is. Oh, it's over there. I'm in the right place. I can't believe it. I'm actually quite surprised I got that like bang on. That's a map I actually want to drive on. That's a shame it doesn't support oh no, wait. Does OmniGo support? We don't have it at the moment, but it's possible to add it into the bus company sim, right? Nilvanus? You can tell this is a very aged DLC. Get all the fans on. I can't even hear any of the fans going. Anyway, I think we're good to go. Yeah, so I think Nilvanus, when I start asking on the Discord, what people want to see, we'll go from there. What am I missing? Why are my fans not blowing? I've got all of them on. Okay, I can hear something now going behind me. No problem. I shouldn't have deleted the bus I spawned with. I think I deleted it. That's not good. I'm gonna lose a lot of points for that. I completely forgot about that. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know if I went the right way. I really don't know if I went the right way. Remind me what your dilemma was again, Gerano. I made a big mistake in deleting that bus. I should not have done that. I really messed up. We're going to be worse off than if I just didn't do a bonus run in the first place. My favorite non-UK OMSI route. Um, Berlin. Berlin X10. Got a fast forward time. When are we meant to start? 13:32. Make it 13:31. Ah, right. I'm not gonna lie, boss. An R5 does the job plenty. At least just for this, an R5 does the job. I'm not gonna lie. I am thinking of keeping my R5 for bus and truck simming and getting like something stronger for my racing. But it's not a good, I don't know. I need to have a lot of like spare money laying around, because I understand it's a very questionable decision, I'm not gonna lie. Hello, Kevin. I am back on track, mate. When have I not been on track, eh? When was I ever off track?
Einmal Laberei, bitte. Danke.
You've done racing of an R5 and R5 is more than enough, yeah. I've heard that time and time again. My dilemma is, yeah, because like the way I've got the desk mount set up, like it's prepared, like the setup is prepared for truck and bus simming. If I'm gonna do it properly, I would have to take the base out of the clamp and slap it on my racing rig every single time I want to swap between the games, and that's a lot of work to do every single time, to unscrew everything and then, you know, screw it all over again. Kevin, if you're talking about these buttons over here, you're not gonna get them to work. It's the same dilemma with the bus if you ever decide to play that. You can, Drano? Please tell me, brother. Please tell me how. Because everyone that claims that is never, I've never seen them like explain how.
Next stop,
Moser Pit House wheelbase button up in. Okay, cool. I'll give it a try after then. There you go, Kevin. Thank you, Drano.
Hallo. Moin, moin. Einmal die Kurzstrecke bitte. Dankeschön.
Moin.
Moin.
Hallo. Einmal
The thing
Lagerei,
is, I'm
bitte.
quite fortunate to have the stalks because I use on the stalks, I use the one for cruise control as my view. So I use this one. I use that one to like look left, look right. So it saves me having to use buttons for the view, which is quite an important part.
Nächste Haltestelle. U- und S-Bahn Jungfernstieg, Übergang zu den Linien U1 und U2 sowie den S-Bahn-Linien S1 und S3. Übergang zu den Alster-Schiffen.
Next stop, Jungfernstieg. Please exit here for Ulster boat trips. Change here for rapid transit lines.
There's something about the feel when I release the accelerator pedal that makes me think
Hallo.
either the physics are chalked
Hallo.
or the game reads my brake pedal as being constantly pressed, but I know it doesn't. So I think it's just the physics of this particular bus. The minute I like let go of the gas, it starts slowing down as if it's got like some sort of regeneration system, which it obviously doesn't. It's got me paranoid enough though. Right, cue the 5-minute wait for this to load. It really does feel like I've got a stuck brake pedal. Even for like a bus of bad physics, it's a bit too much. And I used to drive this back in my keyboard and mouse days. And I don't remember having like a bad experience with it. Or it feeling weird in any way. Is it too late to create like an OMSI 2 beginner's guide video? Because my how-tos and my tutorials always seem to do pretty well. Everything else is questionable. I should probably take this opportunity to take down the game volume down a notch. Just a bit. Yeah, I knew it. No, my brakes aren't sticking. Yeah, and look how low my force feedback is as well. I just really dislike it on this wheel.
Nächste Haltestelle. Bahngänsemarkt.
Any stronger than that, and it's quite unpleasant. Yeah, fair enough, Danny. You know what as well? A game like City Car Driving. That's a game I think older than OMSI. I'm pretty sure it's older than OMSI. And I made like a modding tutorial for that a couple of months ago, and it's doing quite well. It's doing quite well relative to like my usual performance. So yeah, quite clearly, it never is too late. And to be honest, the way I see it, if I just benefit one person, then I'm successful.
Moin.
Hello. Hello?
Why couldn't those guys just have been at the right bus stop in the first place? I don't mind though. I need the extra time. I'm running a little bit early, not too early, but
Moin moin.
I'd rather
Hallo.
be a bit closer to being perfectly on time. Because I've already messed up by deleting my bus, so any points of salvation, I'll take them. It's crazy looking at driving this bus now and seeing how bad it is in terms of like modeling compared to the newer stuff that I drive nowadays. Because this was this was the one when I was a little OMSI newbie with my default settings,
Nächste Haltestelle.
playing on a laptop. How I got this game to run on a laptop, God knows. God only knows.
Moin moin.
Hallo. Moin.
I don't know if you can hear it on stream, but there's like a little, it almost sounds like a whistle that comes on every now and again. I wonder what the bus is doing when it makes that sound.
Bahnhof am Tor. Übergang zum S-Bahn. Im Regionalverkehrs-
I'll tell you what though, the default Hamburg day and night map is a lot smoother than this. Which makes sense, it's also a lot less detailed. Anyway, not happy about that one.
Hallo?
Moin.
Moin moin. Hallo?
Hallo.
Haltestelle Fontenay.
Surely not Osborne, right? Surely not, mate. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I'm struggling to figure out the brakes because I feel like it's nothing, 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 and then almost like an emergency brake. Like I keep trying to very, 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 very softly press the brake, and then it results in me just not pressing it at all. Thank you for the follow, Slack. Welcome on board, mate. Miraculously, I caught that one. Roblox Croydon with this wheel when. Hello, Erica. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Done some tinkering with the 200 OMSI speed limiter. Oh, what tinkering is this? Are you going to be setting some top speed records? Oh, okay. So no to that question then. Highways on what maps? Does the Yorkshire Counties map have highways? Ah, cool. I need to try that. I need to try out that map, man. After 60 miles per hour, it sounds like a hoverboard. Huh. Yeah, because I have Yorkshire, but I've, you know, kind of got it. So I don't know whether it's the latest update. I don't know whether I've got the right buses for it. I've got no idea. Okay, we're running 4 minutes early now. This is a bit ridiculous. This is a very, very relaxed timetable.
Hallo.
Moin.
Tageskarte bitte. Danke.
Now we can recognize when it's hill in. Was that an option that you could enable on the bus, or did you do it through the config files? On the config file, sick. Sick. Yeah. Yeah. It was like when the bill was in sole control of the company, I had an excuse for why I don't have UK maps. Now, I don't. I don't have an excuse. I think in this week's rejig, things that are out of order will be placed back into order. Should have waited for that light to go red. I hate bus drivers that do this in real life, but I understand it. Like I'll be on a bus and it will be when I need to get somewhere fast and they'll be running early. So it'll be like a green light. I've been in a bus, by the way, where he stops at a green light. The light was green. He stopped. He was driving slowly towards it and it didn't change, it just stayed green. So he just stopped. Seen bus drivers in London do some interesting things. So before you criticize my driving, before you criticize some decisions that are made, ask yourself, would this have happened in London? 10 times out of 10, the answer will be yes.
Moin Moin.
Hallo.
Eine Tageskarte bitte.
Quite a busy bus, you know.
Nächste Haltestelle. Harvestehuder Weg.
There's a bee has come through the window. It's gone back out. Bees are smarter than flies. Although I don't think that's like uncommon knowledge.
Nächste Haltestelle. Strickbrücke.
Good parking, my friend. Very good parking. You know what? I don't trust the other ones.
Hallo.
Nächste Haltestelle. Main-Langensenstraße.
Why was I in second? At some point I'd pressed 2 and put myself in second gear and just kept myself there. I was wondering why it wasn't switching gears.
Nächste Haltestelle. U-Bahn. Friedrichstraße.
Jesus.
Moin. Einmal
Hallo?
zum Großbereich.
Hello, AB. Your name's Adnan? I had another person called Adnan yesterday on TikTok as well.
Nächste Haltestelle.
Or so he claimed.
Winterhude-Marktplatz.
Is it spelled like my name though? Because one thing that I've seen about the name is that there are not many spellings that have the E at the end. Oh, you got the E as well? Sick. Okay, you're certified then. The one yesterday was without an E, if I remember correctly. Morocco. Ah! Went so much wider than I needed to.
Nächste Haltestelle.
Nice steering wheel, thank you, mate. Not even a hello? Wow. It is expensive, yes, absolutely.
Nächste Haltestelle. Krankamp.
But more important, worth it. I used to say a lot of the time that you get what you pay for, but you don't always do. Sometimes you can pay a lot of money and get something worth not even half of that money. But from the minute I opened the box, I was a happy man. Your English is fine, boss. Your English is fine. You're good.
Hallo? Ich hätte gerne den Kinderfahrschein, bitte. Danke.
Hey, if your English wasn't good, I wouldn't be understanding you. And you wouldn't be understanding me. Especially because I'm from the UK, which also answers your question. Usually people who are learning English, they tend to learn the American way of English. And a lot of people that learn English learn from American movies. So when they hear somebody from the UK speaking English, it sounds very strange.
Nächste Haltestelle. Wilhelm-Metzger-Straße.
And maybe they'll easily understand somebody speaking American English, but they won't understand somebody speaking UK English, even if they're saying the exact same things.
Moin.
It's pretty cheap compared to other Moser items. Well, it depends what though, really, innit? It depends what. 1K likes on TikTok, thank you very much, appreciate you. I can't see. I don't have like TikTok open. I just have a chat that puts everything together for me. So I've got no idea what's happening on TikTok. So thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. Usually I'll see gifts. I haven't seen any gifts today. But if there have been gifts that I've missed them, then I do apologize and thank you for them as well. But yeah, if you compare this to like if you compare this to something like the Lamborghini Essenza wheel, it's dirt cheap.
Nächste Haltestelle. Karl-Braun-Straße.
But for me, remember, I bought this as a bundle. So if we're going to talk about the steering wheel by itself, then you got to make that clear, because every time I'm going to speak about the value of this, I put everything together because that's how I bought it. I bought it as a bundle. You know UK English just a little bit? Well, you know it enough for us to have a conversation, bro. That's good enough. A normal Moser run steering wheel made by Moser. It's 440. Roughly, innit? Because it depends on like which one. Because if you're going to buy the big, like the actual real size wheels, they're going to be a bit more expensive than the smaller ones.
Nächste Haltestelle.
Like a CSP V2, I think, for example. That's like a proper size wheel. Choco's choosing. Well, yeah, the rim alone is is certainly good value. Absolutely. Where's ASR? There hasn't been much waffling from him today. CS and Vios are both the same size. Is it? What, are they both small then? So which one's the bigger one?
Nächste Haltestelle. U-Bahn Alsterdorf. Übergang zur Linie U1.
I once had the Logitech G29, which is not bad either. The G29 is not bad at all. I had that steering wheel for what? 6 years? No. Yeah, around 6 years. 6 years I had that steering wheel. And I only stopped using it because the pedals became faulty. Oh no, there is. Okay, so if they're both the big one, then there are smaller ones, because they have different sized rims. I've done research on it, because if I'm going to buy a rim, which I am at some point, I do hope to. I want it to be like, a true to life one. This is currently one of the MAN buses. I'm not sure which model exactly. I'll show it to you from the outside view, and then you can distinguish it if you're able to. It's not branded, but it's obviously one of the old school MAN buses. Maybe an NL something. Okay, yeah, so that was the case then, Gerano. Yeah, okay. So the ESX one is smaller. But then again, they also have a few that are that size as well. But what's always bothered me about my G29 and my Thrustmaster T300 is the fact that they're small. And yes, there are cars that exist that do have wheels that size in real life, but they count for about 10% of the cars I've driven in reality. This is the one, 13. I'm very likable, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I appreciate that. 100% fuel. Ah, nobody's driven it since I re-rented it. That's why. I didn't check what route I'm driving. I mean, it's putting me in the school. I mean, it's Herrenkötter and Bahnhof. Doesn't matter. I should be okay. What we due to stream tomorrow? Train Sim World. It's gonna be interesting. I was ready to do like only Train Sim World 5 streams between now and TSW6 for my first stream. Okay, Elvin, thank you very much for coming onto the stream. It was nice talking to you as well. Have a good day at work, my man. How did I get this UI, Leo? It's part of the Bus Company Sim DLC. When will we see the LWD Adnan driving a finish? Ah, man, it's not my type of game, which is sort of blasphemous almost for me to say as like a car guy. But I've never been into the nitty gritty of cars like that. If it was ever gonna happen, it would have been when I was 18, and it didn't. It didn't. My life didn't follow that path. So yeah, I've just never been into the my summer car goes into such detail that I think I'd find my way around, but it would be a lot tougher for me than the game is meant to be. And I don't know whether that would maybe make it a bit less fun. Just finished that tour from my tutorials on the time from start to finish. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, now you've done it yourself, you've got an even deeper understanding of it, and you basically apply that same logic to any and every route you run on. Hello, Nabil. I'm good myself, thank you. It would make it more fun, you think so? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it would, like, it can't be fun just watching me struggle, right? I'll turn this thing on. There we go. Why didn't it just not do that the first time? Why is this not loading now? This map is Hohenkirchen. There we go. Departing in 5 minutes. Checks out. Now I need more OMSI. And so it begins. So it begins. Now all of a sudden, us with 100 maps and 1,000 different buses don't seem that crazy anymore. I love seeing people play my summer car and then crash and have their car blow up, right? And all that hard work just gone into zero. You would have enjoyed my, was it my second, I think, Derail Valley Simulator stream then. Derail Valley Simulator? Derail Valley. No, Dan, sometimes it be like that. You've got your thing set to easy, right? Not because you can just turn that feature off completely. If you've got it set to easy, then you should be able to just do it. Check the keybinds for it as well, because I've never served tickets through the IBIS. I always use keybinds, so you might want to make sure your keybinds are set for that. You should only really have 3. Take cash, give tickets, and give change. That's all you really need. So I've got like 3 buttons right here that do that for me. Does this company have a lot of maps? How many maps is a lot of maps sent in? Like 15 to 20, then no. This company doesn't have a lot of maps. To have a lot of maps, it takes having a lot of drivers. Because maps cost money. In-game money, of course, not real money. Well, in a way, it kind of is also real money. Active drivers, thank you, Nabil, yes. How do you join the company? how you join any other company. In the company list, you will find us there in public companies, and you just join us. So I drive with mouse, I press arrows to look around, C to center camera, O to switch mouse. Goodness me, that's a headache. Yes, like an octopus. Yes, 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 like an octopus. Just imagining that gave me a headache. It's quite engaging. You know what? Honestly, bro, if it works for you and it enhances your gameplay and your experience, go for it. Go for it. What am I going to say? Don't do that. That's not the right way you should do it. You shouldn't do it like that. It's not realistic. Buddy, do what works for you. I'm using my bloody cruise control stalk to look left and right.
Hohenkirchen, Stadtpark.
Need this Hobie eye tracker for that. Bro, listen, I told someone yesterday, I don't even want to bring up the whole topic. Forget just Tobii eye tracker. The whole topic of head tracking and eye tracker. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It makes me feel sick. Tobii have put me off the entire thing altogether. Probably for the better. I can save my money. It's a shame I'm not using my VR more, but I'm starting to wonder whether that's my fault at all.
Einmal normal bitte. Danke.
Guten Tag.
Haha, well gone, brother. What are you telling me? What's good? He doesn't want the glasses now. Bro, it's just like, because the experience alone was horrible. I mean, I will never forget that Simrail stream. The experience alone was bad. And then to follow it, the customer service, even worse somehow. Even worse. Can you use VR on OMSI? Not that I know of. I know you can use like Track IR and stuff like that. I don't know if somebody's like hacked a way to do it.
Boah, was ist das denn jetzt hier?
What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? So my passenger comfort will just go down for no reason.
Guten Tag.
Didn't hit anything. I didn't brake or accelerate abruptly. What's your problem? I was thinking yesterday about getting Battlefield 6. Well, not necessarily getting Battlefield 6, but the beta is free, right? Downloading Battlefield 6 and just having a blast with it. I haven't played an FPS game in so long. And the only FPS games that I've played in the last, like, 3-4 years has been Fortnite. It's Microsoft our school. Oh, that was bad. What do I have against Toby? The bad experience and the bad customer service with it. That's what I got against Toby. Bad experience overall from start to finish was a bad experience. Well, no, the buying and having it shipped experience was fine, completely fine. It started when I started using it.
Hohenkirchen, Rasenweg.
Are you looking forward to ETS2 bringing in coaches? Absolutely. I have been waiting for them to bring in coaches since they first announced it in like 2014 or 2015. So yeah, absolutely. Because we have been in dire need of a game that can do coach driving well. It truly feels like being stuck with only Fernbus was like the Israelites being stuck in Egypt.
Guten Tag. Eine Fahrkarte bitte. Dankeschön.
Doesn't mean talking about Fortnite, no. I'm talking about a whole battlefield and you're talking to me about Fortnite, boss. Tell me let's jump on Battlefield and you might have my interest. Yeah, track IR, can't complain. You know what's funny, man? I might like maybe I might really enjoy track IR, you know, but I can't realistically. Toby almost puts itself out there as like top in class, right? And you look at the price tag, and it kind of goes along with that. And it's just really put me off the whole thing, man. It's really put me off. Plus, with the track IR, you need to wear a hat. That's always put me off, specifically track IR. I don't be wearing a hat, bro. Just sit and play. Like, it's bad enough that I'm here with a big steering wheel playing, pretending I'm driving a bus. You know, you want me to be wearing a cap as well. You don't like the driving physics in Fernbus because the driving physics in Fernbus do not reflect a coach in any way, shape, or form. For that same reason, you would not like the driving physics in the bus because they do not reflect the driving physics of a bus in any way, shape, or form. Oh, it clips onto your headset. What's that? There's a phrase. There's a phrase like twice bitten, once bitten, twice shy, or something like that. Which is basically, I think, the situation I'm currently in. I've been bitten once. And I don't know if I want to risk putting myself out there to potentially be bitten again. physics and fern bus or the bus I made from driving on the moon.
Bamberg.
Bro, I wish it was even that. I think they were just made from driving a few hours on a Assetto Corsa. I think that would be more accurate. Yeah, Nabil, bro, I'm so happy that, like... I mean, see, here's the thing, boss. Maybe you would get it, and maybe because you get it for Microsoft Flight Sim, you don't have to worry about your steering wheel being in the way. And maybe the tracking would just be really great. You know, maybe you'll have a great experience. So I wouldn't want to, like, take away a potentially enjoyable thing from you because I had a bad experience, you know. But for the customer service, see, now that we can share, you know, because that would have affected anybody. But you know, you can just use a webcam, bro. You know, you can use your phone. You can use your phone. Now, it's not necessarily going to be a great experience, but you will have an experience. Yes, agreed. Yeah. Agreed. In my experience, I would have been happy to pay no more than maybe £50, £60 tops. But to market it at almost 300, as if to market it as a premium product.
Hallo.
Anyway, like I said, I speak for myself and my own experience. It's very possible that you can buy it and it will be the opposite. You will have the best, your experience can be better than you ever dreamed, you know? So... Good afternoon, Riders fan. How are you doing? A big problem with the Track IR is it has to be placed. It has to be placed beneath your monitor or it won't work. It won't track you properly. It has to be in front of you beneath your monitor. It can't be to the side. It can't be anywhere above the bottom of your monitor if you want it to work well. So now you have a steering wheel. How can it clearly, because it has to maintain constant, there can't be anything breaking the line of sight between yourself and the eye tracker. You have to understand, when I'm turning my wheel and my hands are at the top of my wheel, I'm blocking the line of sight. Whether I'm using this wheel on this desk, or, and it's even worse if I'm using my racing rig. There's no flexibility. It can only be one way and one way only, or it won't work as it's designed to work. They have one. They have a mount. That's what I had. I had a mount. Because my monitor's curved as well. I had the mount. And I had the accessory kit, which comes with extra stickers and extra mounts. So if you want to try and mount it on something else, you can. And I tried that, and it didn't work. I really, really flipping tried. I really tried. That's good to hear, Riders fan. I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. I am beyond blessed. By the grace of God. The accessories kit was like, what, 30 quid, I think? I don't actually quite remember.
Hallo.
It comes together. So it's a bag. If you want me to get it for you, I can get it for you. It's a bag. Inside the bag, you have 2 mounts from what I can remember, and then a bunch of magnets that magnetize with the eye tracker, and then it has like you can rip off the back so that it makes it sticky. So then you can stick it. You can either stick the eye tracker by itself on a surface, or you can stick it to the mount, and then you can stick the mount on any surface. The mount has sticky. The way the mount sticks, it has you have to stick it underneath something because it has the sticky bits on the top. But the eye tracker by itself has some skinny sticker that you can use to stick the eye tracker by itself on something, but it will be very weak. It's on their website, the accessories kit.
Treppendorf, Markt.
So yeah, so that's what the extra mounts are for. That was my fault. Okay, maybe some my brakes feel strange. They're very sensitive. So you have spare mounts for you to use it on another monitor if you'd wish to. Outside view of the bus, no problem. There you go. My phone just died. I'm so sorry. I forgot to charge it. I forgot to plug it in.
Treppendorf, Luise von
It will come back soon.
Hallo.
So, sitting backseat, recline like a proper Londoner. You just say, ha ha. Bro, I saw someone like that on Sunday and I thought of you. It was this old Golf. It was like a Mark 5, I think. Mark 5 Golf. Like plastic bumpers, dents everywhere, scratched up. The car was a mess. Bro was sat back that his head was, if he looked to the right, he'd be looking out the back window. And I just thought of you straight away. I was on the bill, would have loved this. It's always those guys, man. How random do you find OMSI to be, like passengers skipping stops and numbers of passengers? Like passengers skipping stops? What do you mean? I find the number of passengers fine. It actually changes depending on the time of day. You know, the thing that TSW can't do. OmniGo is a virtual company, yes. Is Bushy even anywhere near Hayes in the bill? I actually don't know. I need a local person of local knowledge to enlighten me. Alright, I thought as much. I mean, empty stop so you don't have to stop, basically, different experience. Yeah, it's dynamic. It's completely dynamic. Completely dynamic.
Kilian Schuda.
Map creator will define percentage values for every time of day for the map. You can override them by statistics. Okay, but it's not that, for example, the number of passengers at this stop, for example, will be the same every single time I do this run, no matter what time of day or season. Like, it will still be unique. Like, there won't always be 3 people at the station. Which I already know the answer to because there hasn't always been 3 people at the station. I've come to the stop before. Sorry, the stop, not station. I've stopped here before and there's been nobody. Yes, dynamic in the wrong sense, Stan. Absolutely. Yeah, my brakes feel weird, man. My brakes feel weird. I can tell. I can feel that something is wrong. They're very harsh.
Herrenhof, Elissenweg.
Okay, that makes sense, Nabil. Yeah, thank you for the explanation. I like it when things are done in percentage values because yeah, it gives you that. It gives you a range rather than a specific number.
Hallo. Herrenhof, Dorngasse.
Hallo.
Herrenhof, Kulturmuseum. Herrenhof, Rheinfelder Straße.
Bro's bringing back the meme that has been mummified at this point. Come on, man. Come on, boss.
Danke.
What is a trending meme right now? I don't think there's one like solid thing. And you know what? I'm actually not even mad about that. There's finally some peace.
Herrenhof,
The world is
Südbahnhof.
healing. Nah, man. You gotta understand, yeah. See the oyster thing. It's obviously new to you. Because obviously, you know, it's not like a local thing. Bro, that was like a whole thing back in like 2014, maybe? Like 2014, 2015. And the guy's bringing it back for all the new gens. The new generation. None of them oyster cards are new to me, bro. You know that. Sorry to burst your bubble. Ah, wrong bus stop. Whoops. Make a way to me, man.
Hallo.
Mir ist das zu kalt hier im Boot. Einen normalen Fahrschein, bitte.
McLaren F1 team is a meme right now. Really? What's going on with them? I heard that Lando Norris got like booed, but I don't know what the law is at the moment. Muhammad Cube is permanently coming back.
Herrenhof, Altesheim, Merl.
My fave one. Probably Man Like Eggs. That's such a classic. Now, I don't know the legitimacy of it, because I know a lot of them there are obviously, you know, created for the sake of the meme. But I think Man Like Eggs was like a real, like one of the few real ones. You would love for there to be a new OMSI. We all would, bro. We all would. Oh, so why was Lando getting booed then? That's a like that was a decision that came from above. How many times has Red Bull been in that situation? But isn't Piastri like the current star? So that does seem a little bit strange. How did bro even find like? You know what? I won't even question it. The AI is in play.
Herrenhof, Westkirche.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that one because it's a. I believe it's a real one. I know the Mohammed cubed is real because I personally knew a Mohammed squared. I knew a Mohammed in primary school. So why not just throw in a third one? You know. BRB, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sus on that one. I won't lie. I'm a bit sus on that one.
Eine Fahrkarte bitte.
Herrenhof, Moritzhallstraße.
Even with the force feedback on low, it's just not convincing, man. It's more off-putting than anything.
Hallo.
London on strike. What do you mean, London? What? If we're talking about the strike, yeah, it's still going on.
Herrenhof, Maximilian Katwinweg.
Yeah, still going on. you be down for some Motorfest? Would you be down for some Motorfest today?
Gewerbepark Lolching, Parkplatz.
Oh, is it? Okay. What about your route? You got time to be making all these accounts. Say less. Maybe I'll go for some Euro Truck today for the second stream. Because I'm taking off my wheel from tomorrow. I can't be bothered to be putting it on and off, on and off, on and off. I want it to be once it's off, it's off. Oh my god, bro. I didn't know what the hell that was. I thought it was like a sound alert. But then I looked there and I'm not seeing anything. What on earth? I earned like a free like 1,000 euros via the competition on Saturday, so I'm not complaining, boss. I was going to Iceland, was I? I mean, I'd love to. I'd love to. You know what? Yes. Yes, I will be going to Iceland. I'll speak into existence. I agree with you, yes. I will be going to Iceland. Just got to figure out when. Oh, in ETS. I was, yeah. Now, bro, how many hours IRL time was it showing? Did I say last time? Was it 5.5 or something? And so I think we've still got like between 4 and 5 hours still to go. And you know what? Preferably, I'd want to do that before I update the game. Whenever the next map DLC will come out. So yeah, that journey will continue. That journey will continue. Maybe I'll do that today then. Maybe I'll do that today later on. Maybe that'll be the move. Oh, this annoying ass funfair. Right, I'll probably do the reverse run and then call it there. Wait, what did I say maybe to? What did I say maybe to? Wait, how does this say 49 minutes? What the hell am I terminating? Gus of Danau. I've never seen that before. I should not close the door for now. Just noise. Oh. Well, no. If I stream again... Oh, okay. So it could be the Crew Motorfest or ETS2. As it stands right now, I'm feeling like I would want to play ETS2 more. So, if that helps at all, that's where I stand. 15:05 start time. Nabil, what does this mean? Mitteilung. I'm just gonna give it a thumbs up.
Hallo.
Mitteilung.
Hallo. Eine Frage.
Riders fan, I wish I could. Oh, thank you, Nabil. I wish I could tell you, bro. Just keep an eye on the Discord. I can't give you a proper time right now. It depends on a number of things, a number of external factors.
Gewerbepark Nolching, Parkplatz.
I would say just keep an eye on the Discord for the announcement. Have your notifications on. Oh, okay. So the message was bitte abfahren. Which is please depart. Does no Ching mean anything, or is it just the name?
Hallo. Einmal normal bitte.
Einen Einzelfahrschein bitte.
Hallo.
Just the name, okay.
Herrenhof, Maximilian Kaplinweg.
Why can't I drive a fire truck in OMSI? I have it as like a selectable vehicle. I have a fire truck and I have another truck as well, I think. Like a delivery truck. Grubber Park is like a commercial park. Ah, okay. So the name of the Grubber of the park or the commercial park is Noching.
Boah, fällt der Scheiße.
Didn't need to stop like that, boss. But is it actually drivable? Like if I spawn it, can I actually drive it? Yeah, fair enough. If you know of any like skybox mod that exists or anything that could enhance the graphics, I've seen people talking about reshade, but I don't think that's kind of what I want to go for. I'd love to take a look.
Hallo. Eine Tageskarte bitte. Danke.
Fair enough. That's been my concern as well, but it's been something that's been playing on my mind recently.
Herrenhof, Moritzhallstraße.
To support you, bro. That's the number one reason to support you. And number two, because I assume it's gonna be like I'm assuming you go into like technical details about certain things, which means just from the pictures alone, maybe I can like learn something that I otherwise wouldn't have known.
Hallo.
Guten Tag. Ich hätte gern einen
Schönen
normalen
guten
Fahrschein.
Tag. Ich hätte gern eine Kurzstrecke.
Nah, I don't. So I'm not gonna understand exactly what you're talking about, but I'm gonna find the pictures interesting. Like a child.
Herrenhof, Berblinger Weg. Herrenhof, Westkirche.
Hallo.
Schönen guten Tag.
Croydon Habits. Croydon Habits is the flipping alarm, boss. It's the alarm. It's the boss alarm, man. That's the habit I need to jump on.
Herrenhof, Altesheim März.
Guten Tag. Einmal
Well,
normal,
no, I
bitte.
can. I
Dankeschön.
absolutely can. It's just, is it, you know, should I? It's not everything that you can do that you should do, you know? And it's only because I've already got a fiver going to these guys. If I didn't, and if I played Croydon more, even if I did, even if I just played Croydon more often, whether I'm giving £5 to these guys or not, I would go for it. But I need to like prove myself first, you know? Oh, you mean you? Of course you can, bro. Of course you can. It's just not a priority.
Also ich bin
Hallo.
den ganzen Tag unterwegs und deswegen brauche ich so ein Ticket, was für den ganzen Tag reicht. Sie wissen schon, eine
Hallo.
Tageskarte.
Eine
Hallo.
Fahrkarte, bitte.
Ein Fahrschein bitte. Dankeschön.
Oh Gott, ist es hier kalt.
Hallo.
Einmal normal, bitte.
Eine Karte für eine Kurzstrecke, bitte.
Herrenhof, Rheinfelder Straße.
Yeah, so you're good on that front. Ah, yes. So, the new facelift bus, the city bus, I don't own it. So I can't rent it. So, and I don't know who else drives it but yourself. And it's ironic that you're talking about not doing that payment anymore, because if you want it to stay in the company, it's kind of on you to rent it. So just letting you know. Just letting you know, Wagwan.
Hallo.
Nah. You're not even gonna help out the company, bro. Release and ownership is one thing. Is it a better experience for you, single player wise? Even like after not being the owner anymore?
Herrenhof, Kulturmuseum.
Bro said the hashtag free as well. We're starting a movement. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a shame then. But understandable. Do what you gotta do, boss. Do it your way. We shall survive. Bro, they sound better and drive better.
Fahrschein bitte.
I understand that people want to debate that, in it. The sounds you can't argue with the sounds. I genuinely, to me, the buses feel more realistic. As simplistic as they are, they feel more realistic to me. If the bus had those physics, I would be like less mad.
Herrenhof, Dorngasse.
Not that I'm mad about it anyway, but you know what I mean. Sounds about right, Dan. Also, once again, so the editor. What are you saying? You got some things in mind you want to cook up? We'd be looking at another Thuringo World project. It will just take another 10 years. Although with a game like this, I don't think it should be too difficult, you know. I feel like older games
Herrenhof,
were a lot more user-friendly in terms of creating content. Buses, I think, would be a bit more of a challenge, but I think map-wise, I would assume it's like pretty straightforward to a degree.
Guten Tag.
It didn't take 10 years, Dan. It just took, what was it? 3, 4? It took a few. It took a few. With multiple people working on it. Nabil, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like I remember being told that. How's the missus, by the way, Dan? How's the how's the dog? Has her knee like fully healed now? But she should recover from the second one much quicker, isn't it? Because the body's already healed itself. But that's good to hear though, man. Thank God. Second one will last maybe 2 weeks of light work. She's a pro at this point. She's not new to this. Crazy how quickly things can change, isn't it? Like it was such a serious thing, and it's been such a big part of her life these last months, and yet it just happened like that. Around 2020, work began on it. So 5 years. Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Although, I wonder if it would have been better off expanding the way Auheim did, you know? Like a Thuringia Wild V1, a Thuringia Wild V2, V3. I sometimes wonder if doing things that way is better. Ah, yeah, I remember you saying, Dan. Yeah. And I said that it was, could have been a blessing in disguise.
Altes Porzellanwerk.
Der fährt ja, das ist ja unglaublich. Der hat da seinen Führerschein gewonnen.
Oh, this guy yaps so much. That is the shortest thing he's ever said. He always has a lot to say. He has a lot in his mind. Who's living in this abandoned project?
Hallo.
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 Guten Tag.
Yeah, that's understandable, Nabil. Like, I wouldn't have really understood it if you were just playing normally. Like, the same maps, for example, and stuff like that. But for those reasons specifically that you gave, yeah, it makes perfect sense. This is the Hohenkirchen map, Dan.
Treppendorf, Luise von Talbeek.
These countryside maps always look pretty good. Anytime there's like countryside driving, I don't know whether it's just me, but for me it enhances, like it just makes the map look and feel better when you've got these sections. Took my eyes off the road. Don't do that. Are there sales for OMSI DLC? There are, but not much. 10, 20%. You would be lucky to find anything more than that. Now, I can't speak on third-party sites. I'm only speaking to...
Hallo. Hallo. Ein Fahrschein.
I'm only speaking to Steam. I wish I could even remember those days, Nebo. I really don't, you know. Yeah, honestly, mate, €5 a month. Diabolical stuff, man. For what? 2 XP? I don't know, Simon. I don't know. Would you know, Nabil, what section of Germany Hohenkirchen is based off? If it is based off a particular section? There he is. Hello, Mr. ASR. Shocked by that, are you?
Treppendorf, Markt.
8th gen just got worse. How? My wheel's scraping the pavement. I can feel it. Could not get any more to the right than that. After reviewing performance on previous generation... Hello, CP. How you doing, boss?
Tag.
After reviewing performance
Hallo.
on previous
Hallo.
generation consoles, we've amended the timetable to
eine
provide a
normale
suitable
Fahrkarte.
experience for these players.
Danke.
Xbox One and PlayStation 4. All playable services and timetable modes will use the BR442. Other included trains, SEC, BR143, BR146, BR185 will be available to operate in scenarios. What route is this for? The Dresden route. So it comes with one train. And is that like right now, Dan? If it's something like that's always on, the 10% off, go for it, boss. I don't know if Hohenkirchen is like a DLC like that though. I don't know. I don't remember if it's a mod or a DLC.
Treppendorf, Karl Theodor Straße.
That's good to hear, CP. I'm blessed. Thank you, boss. You don't know if it's always okay. Oh, it is DLC. There you go. You know more than I do, mate. No, honestly, Simon, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Bro, I was certain. I personally was certain this was going to be the year 8th gen gets dropped. Because how much longer can you go on like this, man? You know? But hey, if they think they can extract some more money from those markets, they'll do it. I don't believe their North Star for making the decision to stay on Gen 8 was for the sake of the players. I can't believe that.
Kranberg.
Check your message, Nabil. Which one, sorry? Oh, it got cancelled. Well, like I said before, ETS2 is still my favored one in my heart right now. I'll keep you posted, bruv. I'll keep you posted, brother. If they touch up, if they make any changes to the PS5 timetable, something is seriously wrong. I'll start doubting that it's even Gen 8 that's the issue at that point.
Oh, der Scheiße. Hier.
Yeah, but they've said that before ASR. I've mentioned it. Whenever I say that, that's the reason they do the yearly release. I always say it's come from DTG themselves. I'm not gonna say no, bro. Don't be so pessimistic. I know my track record hasn't been, 100% favorable to you. But every time I've said like maybe or whatever, and no matter what I've said, and it ends up not happening, I never like pre-planned for it not to happen, you know? All right, Ryder's fine. Enjoy, have a good flight, my friend. Enjoy your time. And yeah, man, hopefully catch you later as well. Take care of yourself. Just like a lot of people, Nabil. A lot of people. I see people in the forums. You know, there are a lot of people that are very negative, but they also will, you know, when it comes to the positives, they'll come out and say, you know what? This is the situation. But then there are people that don't say anything positive. And yet, they're hanging around the forums, they're hanging around the game. Why? Heritage stock. What heritage stock from the trains that we have in game, Simon? Or are they going to be like decoration? Like we have on some other routes?
Guten Tag.
I did not mean to do that. DTG is not looking into its chats. Oh, TMO, man. TML. Ah, the E94. I just learned to drive that recently. I think I've mentioned it already. And why seasonally? If it's just gonna be... Will it be representing, like, heritage runs or... like, events? Ah, represents the museum platform, which in reality also rotates a series of historic rolling stock. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I will not be enticed by you playing it, Nabil, I don't think. Especially not right now, because I need a break. I'm tired. I need a break, and I'm hungry. I give way to you, you idiot.
Guten Tag.
Hallo.
Eine kurze
Isn't it just going to
bitte.
make me even more tired?
Dankeschön.
Technically, yes, because it's going to be
Einmal
working my
Fahrschein,
arms,
bitte.
but I'm not going to be playing it straight after. That's what I mean. Because I assume you meant you were going to boot it up right now. I'm not feeling anything right now other than this particular run. What did I do that was smart but also dangerous?
Rasenweg.
Boot it up before this stream? Or do you mean before the start of the next stream? That's exactly what layers are for. We'll see in a bill. We'll see. Because I like the fact that it's a road trip. I like the fact that I'm doing my little journey to Iceland. Even though I might not make it in the stream. Yes, this is a concussion.
Schönen guten Tag.
The mods, Nabil? The YouTube mods?
Hohenkirchen, Gesamtschule.
I don't go on the TSC Discord. Yeah, there are. Yeah. There are some interesting characters. I won't judge. Just an observation.
Tag. Einmal normal, bitte.
I mean, you had good intentions. That's like me on the forums. I used to be active on the forum during the CSW2 era. And also the TSW3 era, actually, before I realized no. I'd rather not, actually. I'd rather not.
Hohenkirchen, Feld am Berg.
I think we need to keep it installed, don't we, Simon? Following the discussion we were having about it yesterday. For certain trains, right? CSW2 era was peak. Was just peak TSW, to be honest. Up until the rush hour delay, to be honest.
Hallo.
Yeah, but even, to be honest, means additional trains will be available to operate still doesn't tell us whether we need it. It tells us that it will be helpful, and that I guess they'll be doing us a favor ultimately. Doesn't clarify things though. You can imply from it, but there's no concrete there's no concrete clarification. Thuringen. It also says it on that train, if you can read it.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Eine Fahrkarte, bitte.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Well, what DLC initially brought the 363? It was RSN, wasn't it? It came as a DLC for RSN. So it, not the blue one though. If it's the blue one came with Navaco Dresden. The one, what was the other one you mentioned? The one for 3, that's been in the game for a while, hasn't it? No, not even itching a build, just actual pain, bro. I'm not gonna lie, just like actual solid pain. This chair is not really the most healthy, to be honest. I would love to get a new chair, but we're looking at £500 or so for a new chair. Not 500, 300, 400, something like that for like a Secret Labs chair. they're rated quite highly,
Hohenkirchen, Feuerwehr.
and I just don't have that money to be spending on something that's not an absolute need right now. Oh, yes. Yes. The fact that Novica Dresden layers on other routes as well. Yes. And I mean, they can, I guess, surely make it so that those trains. No, because they'd have to. I was going to say it would be a good idea, wouldn't it, to have those trains layer in from the new Novica Dresden, basically. But it means they'd have to go back to those other routes and change things, which, I mean, they can barely fix the most basic things, let alone something like to that depth. I don't get the reference. I don't get the reference at all. No, because it's a specific 143, isn't it? The trains aren't just like the 143 isn't its own entity. I think later trains were, but the 143 came from an era where locos were tied to routes, weren't they? So anything, so if it lays onto a future route, and it's that particular loco that's tied to a map DLC, then you will need the map DLC installed. That's the logical way I'm sort of thinking about it. Well, my TikTok DMs, Nabil. Please don't say my TikTok DMs. We're on zero. Say less, say less, say less. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Hohenkirchen, Bandweg.
Alright, Nabil. I'm sure, Simon, when they assign a layer to a route, it's a particular one. If we could choose which specific layer, then we would have the freedom to, like, add any layers we want. Like any layer, any train. Which obviously we don't have right now. Substitution exists, but it's different from layering, isn't it? What ASR said makes sense. There's only one DLC that enables the layer, and when it's enabled, then all the other versions might substitute in from different DLCs. That sounds viable. Oh, slow down, please. Thank you very much. Oh, ay, ay. Force feedback really catches you up sometimes. Well, it makes DTG money as it is, ASR, and also fixing it will, in a way, maybe lose their money. So, it's a no-brainer. It's only gonna get worse, Simon. It's only gonna get worse until they can either improve their compression or the way the layering works. It's only gonna get worse. I think this might be my first time here, or second. A passenger has just passed out. Someone just dropped. Someone just legitimately just dropped. What are we saying, the bill? €5 a month. Can you send that to the DTG? Of course you can. Thanks. The V1.2 update of the Thuringia Forest is here. This update brings numerous bug fixes, improvements, and optimizations for the map and buses. Well, so that's the route itself, plus the AI branding, plus the bus branding, plus the line pack, probably. You'll have to see it. Bro said an illegal configuration. I know you're right, but it sounds funny. Right, I'm going to leave it there, especially because I really need the bathroom. Thank you for joining me today, even though it wasn't like a planned time, as is the next stream, which it most likely will be ETS2 as things stand in here, my brain. But there's also a chance that it could be a Motorfest stream as well. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see altogether, won't we? What it will be. But yeah, till that stream, appreciate you guys for joining me. Thank you. How do you just have that ready as well? Bro's got like 6 different browsers open. Thank you for your support in just being here. Thank you for the what's the word, company as well. Thank you for the conversations. Thank you for the support again. I don't know why I said it twice anyway. Catch you guys later. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. Jesus Christ loves you all. And until the next one, peace out.